pure virtual function is always starts with the virtual keyword and end with the equal to 0 symbol, because as we know that base class doesn't perform any operation, so there is no need to define the function inside the base class. But to satisfy the method overriding, we the base class should contain the function, member function. So for that reason, in base class, we have to define the pure virtual function, and the same function can be redefined inside the derived class. Okay, so the pure virtual function is defined as the virtual function without any definition. That means this function won't perform any operation, or this function will not perform any operation. Okay, so always remember how to write the pure virtual function. It always starts with the virtual keyword. Okay, so the syntax for virtual function is, it always starts with virtual keyword, return type of the function, function name. If no argument, and it always ends with equal to 0. Equal to 0, the meaning of equal to 0 means what? This function will not contain any definition. Okay, so in this way you can define the pure virtual function in base class, and the same function can be redefined in a derived class. In that case, you can add the statement, or you can add the definition of that function in derived class only. Okay, so this is the use of pure virtual function. Are you getting what is the use of pure virtual function? So if the class or any class which contains the pure virtual function, then that class is known as abstract class. Abstract class मध्येच आपण बघितलं होतं प्युअर व्हर्च्युअल फंक्शन, आठवतंय का? What is abstract class? The class which contains the pure virtual function is known as abstract class. And abstract class, we are not creating the object of abstract class. So if we are try to do the creation of object of abstract class, then it will show error message. Fine. So we can redefine this pure virtual function in derived class also. Okay. So, are you getting what is the meaning of pure virtual function? So here is, suppose my class 1 is my base class. In that I'm creating the pure virtual function under public. I'm creating pure virtual function which starts with virtual keyword and end with equal to 0, because it won't contain any definition for the virtual function. But in derived class 2, we can redefine the same virtual function like this. So under public, we can redefine same virtual function without virtual keyword, void fun, but it will contain some definitions. Okay, but here it contains the definition, means some statements inside this function, because it will perform some operation in derived class but not in base class, right? So in this way you can define the pure virtual function in a base class. Then this class 1 is said to be a abstract class. Abstract class 1 is called as abstract class. Fine, and we are not creating object of abstract class. Object is not created for the abstract class, always remember. So are you getting what is the virtual function, pure virtual function? Okay, so you can give any example for this. Next one is object copying concept. Next concept, object copying. Okay, so what is the meaning of object copying is an object is composite data types in OOPS, object oriented programming language, as it contains a data members of different types. Means composite data types means what? It contains different data types. As we know that if I'm creating object of student class, and if my student class have the data member roll number, name, and percentage, you can see the data type of each and every member. Okay, so we know that roll number data type for roll number is integer. Similarly, what is the data type for name? Character. And what is the data type for percentage? Float. So this all are contained in object, right? So we can say that this object is a composite data type. Composite means what? It contains different data types. We can store the data which is of different data types, which belongs from the different data types. So that's why this object is a composite data types in object oriented programming language. So the process of copying the attribute of one object to another object is another object of the same type is known as object copying. What is the meaning of object copying? So we need to copy all the data members of object 1 to the data members in object another object, and which is of same type. Means दोन्ही objects are type the same असेल, then we can copy all the data members or all the attributes of one object to another object if their data type should be the same. Their type should be the same, then such a concept is known as object copying. Okay, for example, stud is my class. I'm creating two objects, ob1 and ob2. Okay, so now suppose my ob1 contains the data members, roll number is 3, name is for example xyz, and percentage is suppose 80.5. This is my percentage, okay, in ob1 object. Now as we know that we are creating the ob2 object which is of same data type as ob1. Okay, so here I am again creating ob2 object which contain the same data members, but now I'm copying the attributes. Attributes means what? These are the values which contain in object. So I'm copying this value in object 2. So 3 is copied over here, xyz is copied over here, and 80.5 is again copied over here. So I'm copying this attributes in another object, but this another object is again of same type. Then and then you can copy this object or two objects. Okay, so such a type of method is known as object copying. Okay, now this object copying can be done in three ways. We can copy the object in three ways. First way is shallow copy. Second way is deep copy. and third way is lazy copy. Okay, so this copying of object can be done in three ways. First way is shallow copy. Shallow copy. Then second one is the deep copy, and the third way is lazy copy. Okay, these are the three ways in which we can copy an object. Okay, now we will see one by one. First we will see the shallow copy. What is the shallow copy? Okay, shallow copy means what? Shallow copy is the process where some or all the members of an object can be copied to another object as per the requirement. So it is a fast process, as it is not necessary that all the member will be used at the time. Okay, so for example, so what is the shallow copy means? Either you can copy some members of object 1 to object 2, or either you can copy all the members of object 1 to object 2. So that's why we are here, in this case we are copying some members, so the process is very fast. Okay, so we are not using all the members at a time. For example, suppose I'm having one diagram. So I'm having two object. One is object A and another one is object B. For example, A contains the members, as suppose x1 is the member of A, x2 is another member of B, A, and x3 is one more member of A. So these all are the members of A, and I am shallow copying the object A into the B. I am shallow copying the object A into the object B. Means what? You can take some of the members from A to B. So here I can take x1 as a member from A to B. Then suppose B also has some members y1 and y2. Okay. So in this way we are copying some of members from the object A to object B. Then such a kind of कॉपिंग ऑब्जेक्ट इज कॉल्ड ॲज शॅलो कॉपी. मीन्स त्याच्यामध्ये आपण फक्त काही मेंबर्सलाच कॉपी करू शकतो पूर्ण, कारण की सगळे मेंबर्स ॲट अ टाइम आपल्याला लागत नाही. सो वी कॅन कॉपी सम members from one object to another object. Then such a kind of copying is called as shallow copying. So what is the disadvantage of this shallow copying? Then the disadvantage is that changing the value of member using object B will also change the value of the member for object A also, means the changes is also reflected in object A. Suppose in object B I am changing the value for x1. Suppose I am previously the value for x1 is 5, and in object B I am going to change the value for x1 as 10. Then this changed value also reflected in previous object, means x1. So again x1 in A will become 10. So it reflects the changes in shallow copying. So this is the disadvantage of shallow copying. Okay, are you getting shallow copying? Next concept is deep copying. काय असेल मग डीप कॉपिंग मध्ये? Deep means what? Each and every. We can copy each and every members of object A in object B. So what is the deep copy? In deep copy, all the member of one object is copied to another object. Okay. So this overrides overwritten of data members which happen during shallow copy. So we this the advantage of deep copy is it will avoid the overwritten data which will happen, which will may happen in shallow copy. Okay, so as compared to shallow copy, this process is slow and more costly. Okay, but we can copy all the data members of one object into the another object. Okay, for example, again we will take the same diagram. I'm having two objects. One is object A. Okay, and I'm having one more object which is object B. Suppose A contains the data members x1, x2 and x3. These are the three data members in object A. Okay, and now what happened in deep copy? I will copy all the data members, means x1 is copy first of all, then x2 will get copy, and after that x3 will get copy. So I will copy each and every data member of one object into the another object. Okay, such a type of copying is called as deep copying. Fine, getting everyone what is the shallow copying and deep copying? Yes, so this process is little bit slow and more costly. Okay, then last one is lazy copying. Lazy copying means what? It is a combination of shallow copy and the deep copy. So basically it is deep copy in nature, but it can switch to shallow copy as per the requirement also. Okay, so lazy copy means what? It either be shallow copy or deep copy. Basically it is a deep copy, but it may switch to the shallow copy also if the requirement is similar. जर तशी रिक्वायरमेंट असेल तर तो स्विच करेल कशामध्ये? लेझी कॉपी मध्ये. सो थर्ड वन इज लेझी कॉपी. So both copying is done in this lazy copying. Either you can perform a deep copying or the shallow copying also. Okay, are you getting? Either you can copy the some members from one object to another object, or you can copy all the members from one object to another object. That is said to be a lazy copying. एक तर तुम्ही काही मेंबर्सला कॉपी करू शकतात किंवा सर्व मेंबर्सला कॉपी करू शकता. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन the requirement of the program or requirement. So such a type of copying is called as lazy copying. Any doubt, anyone? Yes.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So
No.
tomorrow we will see one concept, that is the object slicing. Okay. And after that we will see some concept related to the pointers. Okay. So tomorrow we will see the object slicing. So this is all about the today. If you have any doubt, please ask me now.